back to D4 here on top 105.3.
Me, I have
Come again.
reservation.
Okay.
I feel for me, I
Tio FM.
Why?
if you are judgment,
Mhm.
instead of wasting time on mere propaganda, it's not yielding any fruit for us as the common people.
Okay.
These people causing loss every day on the radio that this one is being done, this one is being done. Bring your children in the interior, let them live here. Bring your children to Liberia, let all of this what went on in this country.
Mhm.
You excuse the country you say you are doing extremely well with. Then you take your children from here. You yourself, when you are sick, you leave from here. You go in other land for treatment. Substandard hospitals, substandard clinics, substandard schools for the common people. Then you sit on the radio, on the media to put people under the pretense that everything is well. That's the reservation I have. If you see that things are fine here, then your children can't live with us here in Liberia. You yourself can't live in a country that is so beautiful that things are very, very fun. Don't sit in other people's land that they have struggled to build, and you sit there and try to put people under the pretense that all is well. That's the reservation that I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of it. Keep your calls coming in on 0776 105 105 881 143504, and let's hear from you. 776 105 105 881 143504. The numbers will put you through, and let's hear from you. This wonderful evening on top 105.3 on the program that back to D4 0776 105 105 881 143504. While we're waiting, of course, let's take our team song here and keep it rolling.
9 p.m. to 12 midnight. The problem time, no sleeping business. Your voice matter, so I beg to differ, Liberia. My people like Taibo. Top FM 105.3, we on the air. Leader, shout, Sheku Koroma. Man ready. Archie right.
Local county correspondent James Colley to go to
correct. All tonight, we beg to this day. I beg to differ, my people. If it's not correct, we go talk and so. From 9 o'clock till 12 midnight, we sitting here, we ready to fight. No palava, no fear inside. Truth must talk, we not go hide.
Okay, so while we're waiting for you to put the calls in here, let's roll the sharp clays from Clarence. It was this gone that's next, okay, last week. Yeah, some part of last week. But I wrote a clip. You know, I think it's good that we bring this to you.
Oh yeah, to go to the Slema Bolo area just to find out to facilitate our local county correspondent James Colley to go to Foya, to go to the Slema Bolo area just to find out whether the Guinea soldiers have left our side of the Bolo. Oh, my man, you stay in Foya? Morning.
Good morning, Clarence. I'm back to Bonjama.
But open the chicken basket and let the chicken out, brother. Daybreak.
Yes, sir.
And how they can call that thing? When chicken say
Kokolio.
Kokolio. Yeah, day has broken. How are you? How are you, James?
I'm okay. Clarence, I'm doing good.
Okay. Yesterday, through your bosses in the newsroom, we instructed that you go to Solomba Bolo to give us first hand about the situation there. Probably whether the Guineans have left. They've gone back across the water to their side of the place. Did you go there and what did you see?
Yeah, yesterday I arrived there at about 5:16 p.m. and I first interacted with some of the securities on ground. Though they talked to me off camera, but some of the security officers confirmed to me that yes, the guys have stayed there, and citizens are also able to talk to told me that yes, indeed, the soldiers are still on our side. Even the township commissioner there, I was able to interact with him. So as of yesterday, of 5:16, I left from there. The guys were there. Unless otherwise, in my absence, that they left.
So the Guinean soldiers are still on our side of the border.
Yes, they are.
Now,
Yes,
how is it difficult? So it means that the Liberian security are now allowing civilians to go and see the Guinean soldier right there, that place where they, nobody can go see there, right?
No. Up to now, citizens are not allowed to go there.
But at least the other side is people doing the normal thing, they put on the farm and blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, as a matter of fact, it's becoming normal now. So
Yeah, it has become normal since too many calls have been made and other efforts applied by the government seem not to be working. I think citizens around there have just decided to let it go and continue their normal activities.
What are some of the things that the citizens were telling you? Some of the people you interacted with, what are some of the things they were telling you?
They are still hopeful. They believe that the government will still continue the diplomatic engagement. But if nothing like that seems to be working, they are cool and they're going to just live by it.
There was some part of last week when Clarence had this interview with one of their correspondents there in Foya, Lofa County. So we just tell her that we bring you some updates from that part of Liberia, so they can also be aware of what actually going on over there. So while we are still here waiting for the panelists, you can call us on 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. 776 105 105 881 14 3504 and the number supported through, and let's hear from you. So we hold it there, go on the line and pick up this person. Good evening. Yeah, Nia, where do you join us from?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Oh, I'm in a wrong number.
Oh my God. All right, 0776 105 105 881 14 3504 881 14 3504 776 105 105 and the number supported through this evening. Let's hear from you.
We go talk. If they hide the truck, we go bring them. If you make small,
For the data, go back on the phone line, bring back Mr. Segon. Welcome back.
Okay, this is Mr. Gunda once again.
Welcome back. Why?
Yeah, according to clip that you play
Mm-hmm.
from Lufa, and people still paying politics with our sovereignty. You imagine this? People still sit in America in their comfortable chair, in their comfortable houses, yourself, then you try to people under the pretense everything is fine. Could you imagine that? Guinea soldier saw for almost 4 to 5 months. Liberian not permitted to go there. No journalist is permitted to go there. Then you come here, everything is well. The people are doing extremely well. When they're doing well, leave it with the audience, let them do their own judgment. Then coming on every day to preach false propaganda on the platform. The platform here is here to educate people. You're not here for the same false propaganda. Could you imagine country, a sovereign state, somebody soldier occupying the place for almost 4 to 5 months? Then you stay. People are thinking, where is that is and that one? Let's be fair here, man. You're not preaching all well. Tell us the truth. Not because you will get food to eat. You get close to where while the other people are dying, you don't care. This is the kind of people we call ourselves government people in this country. Once you can eat, children go to good school. You yourself, you wear clean clothes, you live in a comfortable life. The rest of the people who are into doing, it does not matter. They play politics with a small country because you're reaping the benefit today. You don't care to tell the truth. Every day, you're struggling in the media to give falsehood to the people, give them false hope, things that you know that is not even working, but because you are benefiting, you lie. It's a shame. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the show here this evening, Mr. Segonda. 0776, let's go on the line and pick up this person. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, you're near. Where do you join us from?
This is Guad.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. All right, look, we need to be very real in our position statement. If we see something, let us say it with reality. The government of Liberia has spoken. The government said nobody is occupying our territory anymore. The Guinean troops have retreated. So there's no reason why anybody will come on and make statement as if the government is lying. Thank you.
I will just follow the clear play. So nobody making false statement. Follow the clip I just played to you. Hello?
How
you doing, Berekatu?
Yeah, we thank God, ma'am. So, God bless you. Good evening to Grandidian. Good evening to our professors. We just drawn the line on the broadcast on the clip was played. I don't know. The clip that just played, whether somebody thinking that it was Edison Dwell Group from Top FM Grand Jury County that just went and prepared that clip all by himself and choose to play it against the government, then really, I don't understand. Clarence Jackson, OKFM is one of the renowned radio stations in Liberia. I didn't say in Monrovia, but in Liberia. Send his reporter there and say you want to get first hand of information. And the guy admitted, the journalist admitted that yes, the Guinean troops are still occupying our side of the land. In fact, our citizens are not being allowed to go to where the Guinean soldiers are. They are there. And one thing I want people to understand here today is that the army order is a quite different way of operating. especially when that order becomes an executive order from the president, who is the commander-in-chief of that armed forces. Absolutely no one. You can be the chief of army staff, you can be the defense minister. In fact, the chief of army staff, the defense minister, who do they take instruction from the president? So if the president says, and it's not rule, yes, sir, you are hereby ordered to take assignment here, and you serve it as a commander here, you take instruction from no one besides me. I assign you here. Yes, sir. Where would the Kadu coming from to say, because the chief of staff will say, Ellis, I'm the chief of staff, so you need to retreat. Where? Those guys will never retreat from that place unless the president gave the instruction. When I'm 50 years, they there for 50 years. Except the president gave instruction. And any of those top army official or officer try it. Two things. Either he charge them for treason, that they go facing execution, or he dismiss them. And in dismissing them, he will jail them over it. Now, one thing people don't understand. You think the army that occupied that bullet point, they just went there by themselves yesterday? If it was ordered from the commander on the field, battalion commander, company commander, commanding general, chief of staff, defense minister, that come out into handle. Then the diplomacy way now we are going through, our government is going through. I will tell you to go from the president, or the other play there. But the man in charge of Guinea, no more one, that man was a rebel. Before becoming an army man to take over. The next thing the people gather there is, what we are yet to confirm from our side is that there was an illegal money activity taking place that was taking place on top of that water that belongs to the two countries. Liberia was the one doing the illegal money. They wanted to share with Guinea their own share of the mineral or what's the resources they were taking from that water. Do you know that as we speak the machine? And thing that was seized from our Liberian that water, all the business that water, the company, is still in the possession of Guineans. And the allegation continues to come out that President Jumande and other stuff, they know about it, including the Thomas Faraday. It just reminds me about the drugs case. Government don't want to come out to name who do. Look, it's just common. Call the company that money under that water. Make them to know, make the people who send them there, how did they get on top of that water before they start the money that brought about the whole problem today? It's a simple discussion about the drugs business here. So our family owners, they are fighting disadvantage war. They put in their own country, but they live in slavery life. You know what it means? You pay your own horse, you eat your horse living. Somebody just came over there and throw you outside in a yard, but you can't enjoy the horse. You think you eat peace? They bring the last best of food. You only eating it because of survivability, but you don't eat peace. You grieving eating. That's how we're putting Lofa in that part of Lofa looking right now. So we all need to speak to it. There's nothing about somebody against government or want to say something falsely. The current player listening to it good. And that's just the fact. If you're not manufactured by you, they're not your voice. They're not any Grandian journalist voice. Because we Grandian, we don't want to respect any information from our local journalists in here. When it is not BBC or VOA, they will take it to be a lie. Thank you, man, my brother.
Thank you so much, Mr. for being part of the show.
Talk radio.
All right, so we will now welcome in Mr. Wright and just joining us. Mr. Wright, how you doing today?
I am doing excellent. Ask yourself.
Let's just screen a person turn it through over to you one time.
Good evening.
Good evening, Yania. Where do you join us from?
I'm Shaman Tidway and I join you from Kula Baba.
Welcome.
Thank you. My concern has been June to the local authority.
Okay.
My brother, the reason why we have local government is to do the council work.
Mm-hmm.
But the Broad Street there, after Elam Chapel Church building, the right between there, the road is very, very bad. 10 people have been talking about that road. But the local authority, they are playing this year. They have not been doing nothing concerning that road. Now, another place again is Sano Road, after former Sada gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many trucks that were down there this morning? In the city, car hits in the city. But the government are claiming that they are building road, they made road accessible that no car can hit. I'm so disappointed. So why this superintendent, he doesn't have people that on the street that they know looking at him to carry information in the office, that he just sitting in the office working as superintendent? Why? From the time I see machine, even greater in Grand I can't even imagine the month and the year as I stop seeing yellow machine greater in road. If you go to other communities,
Mm-hmm.
you feel that they are not even interested. So the people, they have to listen to the people cry. You're working for the people, you're not working for yourself. You're working for the people. So if the people are crying what they want, you should go and do it. Thank you for your program.
Thank you so much for being part of it. All right, so we'll hold the course there. Yeah, Mr.
Alex.
Price already here with us, and so we can start the show here this evening. Yeah.
Alex, gotta keep taking
All right,
calls.
welcome on the show, and you can now take charge.
Taking calls.
Hello,
you hear me? Yeah, keep taking calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep taking calls.
All right. So keep your calls coming in on 0776 105 105 881 143504. 0776 105 105 881 143504 are the numbers of Port you. Let's hear from you. We'll go on the line and pick up this person. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Nia, where do you join from?
My name is Steven. I'm calling from Tesla Street.
Still, welcome to the show.
Yeah, my concern after the I want to tell the superintendent of Nigeria County the rule for Swaju, where Sano Road, the road is very bad. Car phone also need to kill people. He said when they feed it, he see the error in past. Now I'm using Sano Road. He's using FE. Everybody's using FE road now to pass. The road is very bad. So people are talking all I want say you can get a car, the same reason over. They're more over we see the pedal finish. The car see their last night. Or goes on in the car. I just talk me, the cars are coming this morning. You know, small car, fish are coming on it, no small car. So I want to tell the superintendent of Nigeria County, and if we have the damage in the face, the road are well responsible. The very bad. Hello?
You are live, go ahead.
So the road is very bad. I want to tell the superintendent. They bring a machine to fix the road. The road is very bad. Now people using it every road, passing all around.
Mm-hmm.
So now you see, before next week, you see people not pass on the side here. We passing with every road. If we don't pass on again, I saw the count of 20 when you can pass it on the other side. I say, oh, no, if you just passing every road. You see, it's very bad. No, we follow our low.
pour l'eau, l'eau is pas bon ici order. So my concern this after I will switch it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. Brigado, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Wu. So, to buttress my colleague or brother that just left the land, my very self, I saw it with my two blinking eyes, right in the heart of the city, because the Sunday road we're discussing at Mount Quebec gas station is the heart of the city. If that place can be very deplorable like that, and eyes are jumping over it to the extent that some of our officials of government now start to use the airstrips. At least they're not even thinking about repairing that place. Now, here is what there is. Our government are still running the party land activities. They are still running party land activity instead of running government. The mindset is all about party land, partisan, not government way of doing things. Why do I say so? Every day when each of the government official gets on any of the radio, be it local or national radio stations, there's nothing they're going to discuss here without measuring the failure of CDC. How CDC damage the country? How CDC did that? CDC do that? Now that you are in charge, after the measure is supposed to be, I did this. I am doing this. I am about to do this. This is what I intend to reach. Or this is what I intend to do. Join me. Let's make it better. We are no more discussing the past. We are in charge. But if you switch to state radio, you listen to Noah Zhao Gibson in discussing her, people not putting rag on land for gasoline, people not putting container on land for gasoline, even though gasoline was explaining the person went on, but it was available. Yeah, the past government, the kind of thing they did. They're talking about the road by Grand Village Road, and now but entry the police still going there. So what do you want to say? So you telling all that Monrovia is Liberia? Thinking about the road from Grand Village to Sano. Which kind of going to use that road now to pass 2 points away? Think about it. I saw something on social media today in Grand Bazaar area, one of these places where the bridge, the water overflow. Students walking on the bridge with that kind of a braver. University students risking their life. Liberia got the money. Liberia is one of the richest country in Africa. But because everything we do is all about politics, party land, not government. Government should be something or institution or organization that are there to construct and build the life of the people. When you took over from another person, when the person stop when you beginning from there, don't complain. Continue and do it better. But you want to be complaining, every time you go on radio, the government are letting us do this. Every time you go on radio, when will you start thinking about your own now to go forward? It's just a matter of deceiving the citizen criminally to steal their money in the name of your current development. That's what we continue to say. You lie, you came to power, you still want to lie to government? Our eyes are open. It's not about party building, it's about government to the people. The people. I mean, the government is owned by the people. The government is for the people. It should be by the people, not for a political party. Thank you, Mr. Ulu.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. Folks, give your calls coming in on 0776 105. We'll go on the line and pick her. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, this is Mr. Segon. I'm calling from TV.
Go ahead.
Okay. You know what is happening with us in Liberia?
Mm-mm.
We lack the word moral. If you don't have moral, you are the most dangerous person on earth. You see, when you have moral, you will know how you do things. Because of your belly to eat, you are not concerned about reality. You sit there whole day. They want to do the thing in the past. They want to do the thing. And that's why you took over now. I thought we supposed to be saying, oh, the government brought factory that we employ 10,000 Liberians. Oh, the government is doing this. The government is doing that. But every day you dwell on the failure of the past government, and the people feel that what you are there now to do better. The public is the judge if you are doing well. If you are doing well, you don't need to talk it.
Mm-hmm.
You say action speaks louder than words.
Sure.
All day, Noah Zaugesi, George Lobo, this one, confusing the mouth of the Liberian people. If you are doing well, be there for you. Don't waste the meager resources that we don't have it. You will not be wasting it. They think, yeah, that they want, the government, the past government do they want, the past government. What are you doing now? What the formula that you brought? What is new formula that you brought here that were not here existing in this country? So educated, so sophisticated. What a new thing that you brought? Everything you're doing now was something that somebody started. You get trying to complete it. People can't hear. Man, you better be quiet. Nothing you're not doing now, let me tell you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Zero 0776. We take this person.
Hello,
Hello, you're near. Where do you join us from?
this is Melvin Bagley calling from Sano Road.
Melvin, welcome to the show.
Yeah, my concern is, what are we as a citizen doing to help the government? Each time we bring government, each time we talk about government this, government that, what are we doing as a citizen to help our leaders? That is my concern.
Thank you.
Because we are seeing things going on like this. Everybody just kind of talk this, that, the government will come and say this, that, party. What are we doing as a citizen to help the government? Now, government fearing. What are we doing as a citizen to help the government? That is my concern.
Thank you, my dear brother, for being part of the show. 0776-105-105-881-1435-03. Pick up this person. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you. This is Shaman T. Doer again.
Come again?
Shaman T. Doer once more.
Shaman T. Doer. Shaman, welcome.
Thank you. The brother that just left the night, I want to have you informed that the citizens are 100% helping the government. If the citizen not helping the government will not function. The very first thing that you need to understand is the citizens are regularly paying their taxes that are making the government to function. So in return, the government something to create job facilities that will help the citizens to pay more tax. But our government, the government of Liberia, they are not doing that. The people only there for themselves. The people we call lawmakers, they only make the law in their own interest. My brother, how possible would it be a senator making $15,000 US? But somebody who working as a sweeper on the road of on the street of Tueju, they're making $35, $30. Tell me who in Liberia yet that can survive from $30? those are making 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. They're facing problems in their home. Before I talk about somebody who is making 30,000. So the government is doing well. The citizens are in the government to the fullest. But the government not thinking about the citizens, they're only thinking about themselves. See the budget, the gun budget, what the government passed, 1.2 billion. Send the country was established. Where you think that money come from? It's the taxpayer money. The taxpayer money. But what is the benefit that it brought to the citizens? So the citizens are helping the government. But the government, they're not working in the interest of the citizens. That's the reason you see anybody that wants the money, they want to be lawmaker, they want to be representative, they want to be senator, because everybody see that place now is the money-making area. If now you go there, you and your family, you're restaurant. You see people now expecting to go hustle. Nobody want to do family, do business. Everybody want to be lawmaker. You enter the hall, you and your family, you're restaurant. Thank you so much.
Thank you too for being part of it. We pick up this person. All right, so just call up back, please. I don't know what is going on. Just place a call back. Let's see. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Nia, where do you join us from?
Hey, I'm Jackson. I'm calling from Pavio.
Welcome to the show, Jackson.
All right. No, we are praying about the government. Now, the problem there is that the government doing their work. We the citizens too. We got serious problem because we got people there. We got to talk good things about our country. How investors can also work. That concern there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jackson is very there. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Nia, where do you join us from?
Barclay again.
Come again?
I have a question. Melvin Barclay.
Melvin, go ahead.
I have a question. What are we doing to help the government? And somebody called and said that citizens paying tax. Okay, yeah. If all the citizens within Liberia paying their taxes and then this government is failing, what another step we can take? Because every now and then, government are doing this. Every year, every government put their government are doing this. So what we can do as a Liberian? Because you say everybody paying tax, 100% Liberian paying tax. We paying tax, everyone of us in Liberia. We paying tax. We got document to prove it that everyone of us in Liberia paying tax. So if we paying tax and government coming, government failing, we trust government coming, government failing. So we need to stay thinking as a Liberian, as a citizen, on what to do. Other country improving. But every now and then, the other person not doing well, the other person doing well, the other person doing well. Why we sitting down? Even just small horses, we never take it our own at home. So we have to put ourselves together and ask ourselves, what's really going on? If you're learning, ABC start from A. Before you go to Z. So we're ready to take time and understand ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. Keep your calls coming in this evening. 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. Our panel will soon join us, but in the meantime, let's hear from you. What are issues of concern you want to talk about this wonderful evening? Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, you're near. Where do you join us from?
Yeah, I'm William calling from the FC.
William calling. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my concern has to do with we the citizens. Anytime we say government is not working, government is not doing this, then what are we doing too? You know, in Liberia, I saw that, excuse me for this expression, I saw that the Liberian people are very ungrateful on their government. Because you yourself need to buttress government effort. Many times I hear people calling say, oh, they all streets are here, they dig parking, area. So the community that there,
don't have people to put in mechanism to clear out there from there to say, let me buttress government effort. And we sitting there discussing about party. No, Liberia, we should erase this. We should not be discussing party, but let us discuss the present government that own to help the government to see how the government too will be in the move to help Liberians. People, I'm listening to the show. Somebody was on the show saying that this government has done nothing. This government is like this government is like that. Let me be frank with us, Liberians. If we're now grateful, we need to be grateful this time around. Okay. Let me just measure on the rule condition. I'm not saying that the past government never did nothing, but when we talk about development, every developed country, the first thing that comes is rule. You understand? We see to it that this time around, you can start journey from Zwedu here, even 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe before 7 to 8 or 7 to so hour you can be to Monrovia. We should be grateful of that fact. I'm not saying that the past government never did nothing, but I can remember sometime when you leave from this place, this is Zwedu, to go to Monrovia, sometimes it takes 2-3 days on the road. While sometimes everything you have on hand, like stopping, like you're going to be eating everything, we get finished for you. Then you start struggling before you can get a turn. So from participation on the show tonight, I want for we the Liberians should erase government is going to do this. Government, why are you doing too? To buttress government effort. Many times, sometimes I can hear from the radio people talking about the drainage park again, and they get parking here. They did the government now want to take it from there. So you want to tell me no debt you're talking about, it will be there. It's your own health. In case you continue to park there, mosquito continue to invade on you people. When you get sick, the government will come for your effort. Government will come for your rescue. No. You need to buttress government. So what I want to tell the Liberian people, especially Ghanaians, we should forget about party issue. That will focus on the present government and see what we can do so that other countries around us, we can be like them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Keep your calls coming in on 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. Mr. Gunnar, this will be a large chance that we'll give you tonight.
Yeah, okay. What I want to tell the guy that just left the land, the thing they call government is different from political party.
Okay.
We are confusing party with government. The government functionary is being supported by the citizenry. Taxes are paid in two folds. You pay direct and indirect taxes. That's the taxes that is used to run the government. And a government that don't put people together, you don't have.
Why?
Reconcile the people. Then you will have the support of the people. But you can't into power. You using the divisive statement every day on the radio. You expect to get support. I differ with you. It will never be. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of it. So folks, keep your calls coming in on 0776 105 105. We're going to line and pick up this person. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Steering.
Yeah, Mia, where do you join us from?
My name is Steering Young. I'm on Texas Street.
Stephen who?
Steering Young, calling from Texas Street.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my concern this afternoon to the Sultan of Queen County. This one time we're having our program, cities we're having a program, and talking to your own early freedom, talking to who can see people can look. Who many are Senate representatives in Granger County? And on CDC, who many to be lawmakers for 12 years? And on CDC, they can't all talking to CDC can people can they can rob people, they can steal people so who may be lawmakers in Granger County and on CDC? So like another say when saving Granger County, it will not ever talking for people. People can't program. More minister like now cool book. You got to say 6 people can rob. Stop store. So now with you. I'll send this afternoon.
Thank you. Sun shining to the man era power on the dance radio. Let's take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you're near what
Yeah.
you Jennifer.
Melvin Barkley.
Melvin, a large chance.
Melvin Barkley.
Your
Melvin
large
Barkley.
chance, Melvin.
Huh?
Large chance. We can continue taking your loan. A
Okay,
large
thank
chance.
you. I
Yeah.
just want to see that by the grace of God, the end of July, I bring in 10,000 to the radio station there for us to try best to put money together so we can bring like Tony Sambo in the main street of Zwedju, where you see welcome to Zwedju.
All right. Thank you.
Anybody willing to help, they will add their own there for the county.
Okay.
Yeah, the end of they come in July. I bring in 10,000 to the radio station. If anybody willing to bring all that development, so that we see how better we money to pull the Tony Sambo in the house of Zwedju to see what comes to Zwedju.
Thank you. We hope to see that
Okay,
happening.
thank you.
0776 105 105 881 14 3504 776 105 105. We're going to land and pick up this person. We lost that caller. 776 105 105 881 14 3504. Let's hear from you this wonderful evening hour as we await our panelists to join us here on the show. They are already here, but yeah, awesome. My God. Keep your calls coming in on 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. Yeah, so let's see what we can do here. 1 or 2 wants to roll back, clearing Jackson Strip here and then quickly. But let me see Mr. Antonin Wuluge just joining us and let's welcome your show. Mr. Gay, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
Thank God for life. How are they?
We can't complain. I'm excited to be here. My county have been on fire this time. First of its kind in a long time for Grand Julia County to be highlighted politically. You know, so that's such an excitement and exuberance within me. You know, I cannot wait to, to dissect, the statement made by my political leader.
Vedra coming for you tonight.
That's good. I don't mind him, coming on because it is easy to talk about Alexander Melanie Cummings than what people. And I like what he did with his speech to tell his personal story. This morning I was on Kia Radio. This morning I was on Kia Radio. I think there's an echo. I'm getting a feedback from it.
Let me mute myself and see.
All right, great. Yeah, so I was on Kia Radio this morning, and an 83-year-old lady actually called the show because we have a question that says, who knows Mr. Cummings? What was the high school he graduated from, and what kind of business his mother was doing, was sponsoring him in school? And many people called and got that answer wrong. And this lady called, and she gave even more detail to the answer. It was very refreshing to find, a person in Liberia. Instead of us telling people of Mr. Cummings' story, this lady actually knew the Cummings family, and she used to actually order from Mr. Cummings' mom. And people thought our Duka Flair, Mr. Cummings' mom was selling. She said no, there was actually, imported goods that she used to sell, but she was focused on women, clothing, especially women underwear and stuff like that. But she was doing sepe. Mr. Cummings used to go around and collect, the money afterwards, and that's how she get to interact with the young Cummings at the time. That's how she used to purchase stuff from Mr. Cummings' mom. And this lady is 83 years old, so you must know she's way older than Mr. Cummings, and she knew the family very well. And it was very refreshing to hear from somebody outside of the Cummings family who actually know the story. Because many people think that, we're making up this story and want to make sure that, people think that the man is a normal Liberian. No, he is. He actually lived the life that many of us live. Not having much. Your mom selling. My mom used to sell in the market as well, right? In P market, if you know Yekepa, it was P market. There where my mom used to say she had one of the biggest table there. Everything you need for your grocery. My mom had that stuff. She even used to go to Guinea and bring Dishe and Lapa and stuff like that in Yekepa. So if anybody here from Yekepa or who listening to me right now on the radio who live in Yekepa, a repeat market, my mom used to sell in that market as well. So this story, kind of relate to, many Liberian, how it is. I, as a young child, refugee boy in Ivory Coast, started, my hustle as a shoe shine boy, became a barber, and today I work in IT. So the life, story, kind of resemble and kind of relate to even George Weah. Football was a grown-up ball thing in Liberia until President Sama Kanyado invested into football, right? So that's kind of, the Liberian story that we need to be telling people about. Like, if you work hard, you're, disciplined in life, you can make it. There is nothing that is too hard for anybody in this world. Once you, by God's grace, when you work hard, you're disciplined, you can excel in life. And that kind of success story, Mr. Cummings were able to tell the people in Grand Gila County that as a boy, he did those things, and he was not born with silver spoon. He was not born as a rich person. His father was an educator, or what we call a teacher, and also became a preacher later on. So we need to tell this kind of story so people can understand that, yes, indeed, it is possible to be in Liberia, to be disciplined, to work hard, and be successful. I can't hear you. I think I gotta exit and come back. I can't hear you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I forget. I think Mr. Rice space meeting myself today. Yeah, so folks, keep your comments coming, your calls coming in on 0776 105 105. Let's see if we can get the veteran on here. Mr. Gay, I was getting you. I just forgot that our mouse was mute.
Oh, okay.
But let me see. I don't know what happened. Veteran dropped the line. Veteran, what happened? You left the line. You left the studio. What go wrong? John, are you in the studio now? I'm waiting for you.
It's all right there.
Yeah. All right, so the veteran will soon be here.
What the man doing here? He can't talk about it. He can't talk about it. He can't talk about it cheap. He can't talk about it cheap.
I knew you were gonna say something about that. Hey man, look, listen, man. In all honesty,
I'll rejoin you. Don't go nowhere. I'm coming back.
No problem. Myself, I work from home today, so I just concluded my job.
Yeah, so veteran is coming, but do you follow the anniversary celebrations here in Grange there when your standard barrel here?
Absolutely, I was glued to it. Even though I was at work, but I kind of schedule because I decide when I can go on break, right? So once it was time for Mr. Cummings to speak, that's when I went on break. So I had 1 hour break.
Okay.
So I enjoy it, you know. But I listen to Honorable Seaman Freeman, Honorable Mobility, even the former Associate Justice Cabinet Janet. I listen to them speak as well. And look, people will downplay it because they are from the other side. But one thing I can tell anyone, if the current administration delivers, they can be retained. But currently, as we speak, it doesn't seem to be the case. Right? We have Guineans, soldiers in Lofa County right now. We have the drug issue ongoing. We got a joblessness of the country. Young people graduating from college, university, don't have a job. Over 2 million Liberians out of work. I mean, let's face it. This is a reality. If you wake up in the morning as a human being, you're supposed to be able to have breakfast. You're supposed to be able to feed your kids. If you can't do so, then the nation is failing. That's just basic stuff. More than 50% of the population of Liberia today cannot afford to buy 25 kg bag of rice. That is a sad news for our nation. If that makes anyone happy, then you are wicked. Does that mean everybody will be rich in the country? No, but everybody should be able to afford to have food to eat. That's the basic necessity of the government. And the government is unable to do that.
So how do you see, opposition coming together at this point?
Look, opposition unity is a good thing. It shows maturity in our democracy. It shows maturity in our political discourse. And one thing people also overlook is that the fact that a political party that was birthed not by a political elite, but a grassroots like Josh Weir. Someone who doesn't have a political background was able to maintain a political party for 22 years. That is commendable. That's something that people should recognize and appreciate. That doesn't mean that everything about the party is in roses. They got everything right. But at least the fundamental to keep a group of people together for 22 years, that was a celebration in Grand Union County. And it also speaks about the maturity in our political discourse, where political leaders of different political background can gather on one auspice to come and celebrate one party. This is commendable in our country. And we should encourage that. I would have loved to see, representation of the Unity Party as well at that event. But unfortunately, they did not show up. They did not seize the opportunity to show unity.
Veteran, welcome back.
Yes. Good evening and good evening. They're back. Good evening to our listeners, and good evening to Mr. King. I know I got your name correctly, Mr. King. Tony. Okay.
Mr. Gay.
Good evening, Mr. Gay. I mean, sometimes I see different name to where you call from. They can confuse me, Mr. Gay. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm happy that I've been looking for someone from ANC to dissect the leader, Alexander Cummings, Honorable Alexander Cummings' speech, and I'm happy that it never lit than never for you coming on the show to dissect. We get a lot of time to talk about the government, whether succeeding or failing. I think we just wanted the speech that he delivered in Grand Gila County. How you, as a reconciled member of the ANC, were you pleased with the speech, and what was the directive of the speech? What you think your leader wanted to accomplish in that speech when he spoke at the 22nd anniversary of the CDC? Did you think he met the goal that he set to achieve by accepting the invitation, by being the keynote speaker? That's my first question.
Absolutely. I think the speech was well written and well delivered. I think the speech captured and captivated, what, needed to be addressed. First and foremost, Mr. Cummings did not allow his opponent and, his critics to define him because they have spewed out this narrative that he is out of touch. He's not one of us. He's a stranger. He was born with wealth. He doesn't understand what hardship is and things of that nature. And so Mr. Cummings took the opportunity to introduce himself again to the Liberian people, that I am a son of Liberian parents who were not privileged to have everything. My dad was a teacher. The civilized man would say an educator. My mom was a market woman. She sold in the market, and back then people didn't have much money, so they had to do what we consider today as sepe. Our Cummings was the one that used to go around collecting that money, because my mom trusted me that I would go and bring the money as a young child, and to be disciplined with money and be able to do the work and support my mom while she also support me in school. And Cummings went to public school, elementary school demonstration, and before he went to CWA College of West Africa, and then went to Cottington, So his humble beginning, the foundation of his educational formation started in Liberia. Yes, later on in his career, he came to the U.S., got his bachelor's and master's here, and then went back to LBDI before transitioning with the Coca-Cola company. But it just tells you that many other Liberians have had the same path, right? He also spoke about, in that speech, where ordinary folks who did not have any political background, but because of the grassroots movement of the CDC, were able to be appointed minister, directors, as far as George Weah even becoming the president of the republic. What that symbolic moment that anybody can be somebody once you put your mind to it. So the speech captivated a lot, and I'm gonna go into detail of the speech in different segment, different sector, and what this means. So yes, Mr. Cummings' speech did what we, for me, it exceeded my expectation. I think he did extremely well with that speech, and most of that speech he also touched by himself. Yes, there was a speech writer that did some part, but he himself also wrote portion of that speech. That is a powerful thing also for that speech.
Into the speech itself, were you disappointed that he being this keynote speaker, that it put him almost to the end until the rain came and he couldn't complete his speech?
Well, I wasn't disappointed because of nature. No one controls nature. I was disappointed that our nation is not sophisticated enough to have meteorologists to forecast the weather condition of our country to know at what point the rain was going to be falling in Liberia. That was my disappointment. That shows the lapse and the deficiency of our institution in the country. But as per rain, that's nature. As per why the speech did not end, we have the copy of the speech. Matter of fact, I'm working on delivering that speech in Vera, the Crown dialect, because the Crown language is spoken 16 different ways. I'm from the Kunamo section of the Crown ethnic group, and so in subsequent days, that speech will be delivered clearly in Crown, in Gribble, in Crew. But the first thing we're starting with Crown, and I'm a Kunamo man, and the first segment of that speech will be in Kunamo because that's
so you blaming the institution for not telling you it was going the forecast that it was going to rain, and you have so many way the organizer has so many way of determining whether it was going to rain, and also how they position the other speaker, man, because people wanted to hear the keynote speaker. So you blaming the institution, or you blaming the organizer how they arranged the speech before the keynote speaker came almost at the end.
So let me just say this to you. The speech was delivered. The rain interfered, yes. The speech is rating. Anybody, any educated person can read it. And that's one of the reasons why we're going beyond the education to deliver that speech in the Vera vernacular so that Liberian people can hear it. It's Mother Nature. Even computer model can fail. When even the computer model tells you say it will rain tomorrow and it start raining today. I live in the United States where computer models say it's going to snow by 1 p.m. and 3 days passed, it did not snow. But I'm just telling you, Mother Nature is Mother Nature. So we can come and put a spin on it all we want. The speech was delivered. And the speech captivated the nation. The speech brought about reflection. The speech delivered something that people overlooked. That, oh, this man is now one of us. But the man said, hold on a second. Before you even talk about X, Y, and Z, I live in Point Four. Not far from where they have the Gabriel Tucker Bridge. There where I live as a young boy. That boy from Point Four is the one who ended up being an executive vice president and chief administrative officer of Coca-Cola Global. Over 200 countries and territory around the world.
I got that. Why was it necessary for him in the speech to compare his struggle, his journey, along with President Weah? Why you think that was so essential within the speech that he put himself, people to get to know his struggle compared with President Weah? Why you think that was necessary?
It was necessary because all through his life, he has been overlooked. Just like Weah was overlooked when he decided to run to be president of the Republic of Liberia. Just like he's being overlooked today, trying to run for the presidency of the Republic of Liberia, just as he's being overlooked. With everything he has accomplished, I don't know a single Liberian here in the United States who work in corporate America, who have ascended to the corporate echelon that Cummings have done. I'm not saying he's the richest Liberian. I'm not also saying he's built his own company. I'm saying going through the ranks of fire, being an employee from the lower level up to the upper echelon of a corporate multi-billion-dollar corporation like the Coca-Cola, I have not seen one Liberian who has reached that level, right? And he did that. We should be proud of him. Just as Weah did on the football field and reached the highest upper echelon to obtain the Ballon d'Or, the only African with that title. And then he came back home and people looked down upon him. Today, Weah is a chairman of the anti-racism on FIFA on board. He's the chairman. He will not come back to Liberia until the World Cup is over. There are 10 committees, and he's the chair of that 10 committees. So it is important that the ordinary Liberian, the downtrodden, the one who people look down upon, to hear this story and say, me too, I can be better than this or even bigger than this. Because this man came from nothing. Weah came from the slum and became who he is today, a global citizen. Cummings came from a lower class family, not having much, but with a dedication and discipline, today he became somebody. So it was important that parallel has to be drawn. So they all in that, because the narrative that Mr. Cummings is a rich man, Mr. Cummings is a rich man, he was not born with riches. He's blessed because of discipline and hard work. So just as he worked hard, so is where I was not the first African that played in Europe. They get people that Antoine Bell, Petit Pelé, and the rest of the people that they play in Europe. They never reached that level. So it was important that Mr. Cummings draw that parallel, so that Liberians who have seen him as, oh, he's now one of us, he's elite, he think he's better than us, so they too can know. Like me, as a refugee boy, who sold purple, who tap pound one, who shine shoe. I started shining shoe in the streets. People who know me from Africa will tell you, I was a shoe shine boy, then I became a barber. Today, I work in IT. You understand that? For a major corporation in the United States. So what does that mean? It means your discipline and hard work pays off. That's what it means.
You stated why it was necessary. Now, as a party, one of the key party in Liberia, ANC, was it necessary also to include within the speech how ANC going to benefit from the coalition with the CDC, especially people heard before that your leader, Alexander Cummings, would never be vice president honor. You always would go for the top as president. Do you think it was necessary to include in that speech the type of working relationship that ANC going to have with CDC for people to know?
So let's correct one thing first before I answer your question. Let's correct one thing. Under no circumstances and nowhere has Mr. Cummings ever said he would never be a vice president. And another thing I want to stretch out before I respond to your question is that nobody runs for the office of the vice president. If you call Jeremiah Kuhn today and ask him, did you ask Boubacar to become his vice president? Jeremiah Kuhn will tell you no. If you called Joe Biden today and said, did you ask Barack Obama to be his vice president? He will tell you no. It is only the presidential candidate or the presidential nominee who has the ability to pick who he wants to be his or her vice president. The vice presidential post is a privilege. It's not a right. So Mr. Cummings ran for the presidency. He did not run for the vice presidency. And Joe Boubacar never asked Mr. Cummings to be his vice president. Never. There's no history, no data whatsoever. Ask Joe Boubacar himself. Has he ever asked Mr. Cummings to be his vice president? He will tell you no. So this narrative that
so
hold on, let me answer your question. This narrative that Mr. Cummings said would never be a vice president, it is a myth, it is untrue, it is not accurate. That's a made-up story. So this is the reason why Mr. Cummings decided to educate many Liberians that even if I am the driver or the carball of this opposition unity, I am prepared to take this vehicle to its destination. In a plain text, there is no ambiguity there, no complication. You don't need a translator to explain this to you. That if I am the driver or the carball, I am prepared to take this opposition unity vehicle to its destination. So at no time that Mr. Cummings said he would never be a vice president to anyone. No time. I challenge anyone to produce a tape, a written document, or a voice recording where Mr. Cummings said he would never be a vice president.
Do you think it was much difficult or much easier for the ANC to accept the invitation from the CDC to be the keynote speaker?
I mean, we are a very mature political party. And I would love to see the Unity Party representation, even if the president won't be there, for them to be there. Look, the beauty of democracy is for every voice to be heard. That's the beauty. The tenets of democracy is having difference of opinions. Even if we're not going to agree, but your opinion should be respected. I'm on this platform. I don't agree with everybody. Everybody don't agree with me. But one thing remains constant. We have a mutual respect for each other. That is a maturity. That is a discipline that we all exhibit here. And we expect our leaders to exhibit similar things, right? And this is not hard to do. So when the invitation came, we accept that. We accept that with no hesitation because that's what we want, maturity. But what is happening right now in Liberia is that we have taken politics to the extreme, where now we have made politics about party line or tribal line and so on and so forth. In the ANC, there is diversity. I'm from Grangida, Mr. Coming from Maryland, and so many other people from different counties. We all come together. I have never looked down upon because I'm from Grangida. Matter of fact, my position here with the ANC, I am a regional co-chair for the ANC. I'm an executive member. So again, I didn't get that because of my tribe. I got that because I'm a Liberian and I'm a member of the party. And every time you listen to Mr. Cummings, you will never hear Mr. Cummings talking down on any of the opponent. You will not hear him talking down on Bwaka, nor talk down on Weah. He may disagree, yes. He may point out lapses here and there, yes. But he would never be disrespectful. That's why Sedition, if you talk to Sedition, they respect Mr. Cummings. You know why? Because the man always carry himself with respect. So it was a no-brainer that we knew we were going to accept the invitation when the invitation came. The last time when President Bwaka invited Mr. Cummings to the county sport meet, Mr. Cummings gladly accepted and went there. You know what the people start saying? Oh, Mr. Cummings now, you know, Mr. Cummings, he has been compromised. You know, he's siding with Bwaka now. Mr. Cummings and Mr. Bwaka, President Bwaka went to school together. Matter of fact, Mr. Cummings served as a class president, the 12th grade class president at CWA. They all went to school together. May so rest in peace, the late, Sylvester Gillespie. Mr. Cummings and President Bwaka, they all went to school together. These are, a crowd. They all went to school together. When Mr. Cummings referring to President Bwaka, you always call him Joe. You always refer to him as Joe because that's how much they are known each other. Unfortunately, because of politics, President Bwaka, then Vice President Bwaka went to court and said he had never seen Mr. Cummings before. This was his first time seeing Mr. Cummings, just because of politics. Can you imagine that kind of deception?
Let me ask you the key question, because people will say, Fred, why the veteran? Why you never asking this question? In this, there were a lot of attack in the speech on government. Government this day, government didn't do this, government other that. But one of the brilliant part of the speech, nobody talking about, Honorable Alexander Cummings talk about all government. That means CDC is included.
Absolutely.
When we talk about it that night, other sedition were somehow living not in agreement. Say why they didn't edit that portion within the speech. Now, were you happy as an ANC member that your leader talk about all government and which remain, but the way brilliantly, the way he put it in the speech, also included CDC. Do you like that part?
Absolutely, and I wasn't strange to that, and it did not come as a surprise because that's who Mr. Cummings is. Mr. Cummings does not pretend to be somebody that he's not. He's a man of accountability and high integrity. So, yes, you may be at a CDC event, but that does not exclude CDC for being held accountable. And when the time came, he did just that, right? And that's one of the reasons why people respect this man. He doesn't, pretend to be something that he's not. He recognized that CDC also had lapses. He recognized that everything that CDC did was not perfect. but there is room to grow, and there is room to recognize that we are falling short, and we need to, recalibrate and move our nation forward. And that's why he did what he did, not to shy away from anything. He's not going to speak behind closed door, and that's why he did that. Was he comfortable to minister sedition? No, but that's who Mr. Cummings is, and that's why people respect him. Mr. Cummings hired Alba Toba, a die-hard sedition, over other competent ANC that who have taken a role as a chief of staff. But Mr. Cummings saw quality in Alba Toba and hired him. And that's why Mr. Cummings been preaching. Mr. Cummings said, if he is fortunate to become president of the Republic of Liberia, he's not going to hire you based on partisan line. If a non-partisan has the qualification for that particular agency or government ministry, he's getting the job over the person who campaigned for him, because it's about Liberia. It's not about him. It's not about him. Mr. Cummings went to that event not because he wanted to be opposition just for opposition's sake. He saw progress in CDC. They maintained that institution for 22 years. And the political discipline and the maturity of our democracy in our country needed to be celebrated. Whether or not we like it, this is an accomplishment. The CDC, do everything right in Liberia. No, but 22 years, that's 2 decades plus. It's worth recognizing, and that's one of the reasons why he accepted, the invitation to go there, to see young people, non-politicians coming together, forming a grassroots movement that lasted for 22 years, unseating the political class. It's important.
Lastly, before I give you to Mr. Wright to ask question, how will you feel with all the support, cooperation with CDC, and when it comes closer to 2029, President, we are still the standard bearer of this coalition, and ask your standard bearer to become vice president, because it happened in the past, it will happen again. How will you feel at that point? Is this the type of cooperation your leader was looking for?
Well, I don't do hypothetical, but this is a hypothetical question. However, it was the same George Weah who also took a backseat to Winston Chapman. Don't forget that happened in 2011. It was George Weah who ran 2005, and they are still in the well, but in 2011 agreed to take a backseat. Right? So it's not strange. What is important here is for the opposition to have this unity and have a clear, focus point. It's not just on seating the Unity Party-led administration, but what is the way forward for our nation? How do we address the circumstances for all 5 million plus Nigerians to have an opportunity? One thing Mr. Cummings spoke about in that speech as well is this, hiring people because of travel, connection. That is not merit-based. We need a merit-based Liberia. People are giving jobs based on merit. It's not because they are, partisan, or they are from my kinsmen from the same country, or we speak the same language. No, it should be merit-based. In every Liberian should have an opportunity. And I'm going to close with this. Mr. Cummings always described the economy of Liberia as a border right. This border right, everybody should have access to this border right. But there are conditions for which you can have access to this border right. If you meet those conditions, you will have access to this border right. And that should be the case in Liberia. If you have the qualification or a job, you should be given the opportunity to uphold that role, not because you are from the same county or you speak the same travel language. You should be given a job based on your merit. And that's why that is important. So when we get to the level where they're going to decide, Mr. Cummings made it clear, whichever role he will play, whether he's the driver of this opposition unity or he's the cowboy, it's something he's prepared to do, to take this opposition unity vehicle to its destination. I don't think that is ambiguous to understand.
Go ahead, Mr. Wright, ask your question.
Hey, welcome, Antonin. Welcome. Long time, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be back. You know,
you see, it's kind of funny. You wouldn't want to come on a show when your Stenenberg had a big day in Sweden. Now you're coming. You're coming. You want to provide post speech commentary, and I see you doing that. So welcome. Let's take you on. Come on, that's a good thing. Let's do it.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. But it's not necessarily. I switched employment, and you know how it is in corporate America when you get new employment, a lot of training, you have to get acclimated to the new system, a lot of travel, all that stuff. So it was, you know, back to back. It was not easy. And I work in IT technologies, it's advancing, and I got to catch up with, you know, new corporation, you know, cultural style, practice, protocol, and all of that stuff. So yeah.
I do. Well, congratulations on the new job. First of all, congratulations to you, to the ANC, and to Mr. Cummings. I think he had a wonderful time there, the program. Regardless of what people say out there, it was a headline news. He had a big showing there. Everybody reported on it, and he got on the stage and he spoke. But that's not my concern yet tonight. My concern, Mr. Gay, is to talk about Mr. Cummings. You're going to try with me here tonight to define who Cummings is. And you're going to tell her what ANC is all about. So let's start with Mr. Cummings. What is Cummings politics?
Cummings politics is very simple. Everyone deserves better in Liberia for all Liberians. Where every Liberian will have an opportunity to strive. Create an environment that uplifts the living condition of every Liberian. For instance, the living wage. Mr. Cummings always talk about living wage. We have teachers, we have civil servants, we have police officers, we have military personnel. None of them make $300 to $400 US today. I'm talking about lower level rank officers, right? Mr. Cummings is proposing $300 to $400 US for a classroom teacher, for a healthcare worker, for a civil servant, for a military man, for a police officer. This is the base he wants to start with. In Liberia, where Liberian businesses will have access to liquidity, where Liberian business can compete in the market. So you want to offer $20 million United States dollars right in the hands of small business owner, small to medium-sized business, petty trader. They should be able to get access to loan. Today, the banks are not giving out loans. And the Liberians are at a disadvantage in their own country. Foreigners are controlling our economy. Mr. Cummings is proposing that every county should have vocational training institution because everyone can be an academician. Everybody can go get PhD, but everybody God has given them something called a potential. They can become a mason, they can become a plumber, they can become a mechanic, they can become a carpenter, electrician, so on and so forth. Mr. Cummings wants to promote blue-collar work in Liberia, where we will have industries that will manufacture things in Liberia. We want to add value to our raw material. That is his politics in Liberia. Let's add value. Let's see what our iron ore will give us. Are we getting the fair share of the value of our iron ore? Why are we not making steel rod, metal plates, beams in Liberia? Why are we shipping the iron ore out of Liberia and bringing the steel rod to Liberia? I gave you one example. A 6-inch steel rod will cost you $13.50 in Liberia. That same size will cost you $6.50 in Accra. Why? Because they manufacture it in our country. We don't.
Okay. You left out a few key industries, but I'm going to come back.
Oh yeah. I couldn't. No,
right. No, that's cool. That's cool. You name all these industries, and you name Cummings. So in a nutshell, the question I ask you, well, what we call in America the elevator should question. We in the elevator for a few seconds. You got to sell me on what you have. Give me an elevator pitch. Who is coming? 30 seconds, even less, 10 seconds. Talk to me. Don't go down the route. I want to leave for Anthony, but okay. Anthony said Mr. Cummings is this.
So Mr. Cummings is a person who understands the economy. And he wants every Liberian to have an opportunity to have a better life in Liberia. That is his agenda. Every Liberian, whether rich, educated or uneducated, it doesn't matter.
Okay, better life for all.
Better life for all Liberians.
Better life for all. Cummings stands for better life for all. All right. So let's take you on that. You name so much. Teachers making $400 to $500. Police officers making similar amount. Vocational schools all over the country. Mr. Gay, are you aware that all of these things cost money?
Absolutely.
Okay. So then talk to us. Where are you going to get the money from to do all of these things that you just talk about?
Thank you. The Mr. Cummings' plan will assess all of our concession dues in the first 6 months of the administration to restructure every single one of them, because the dues that we have are not in the interest of Liberia. That's one aspect. Another aspect is agriculture. Rice is our staple food. We possess up to 46% of the rainforest of West Africa. We spend over 240 million annually to import rice. 95% of the rice on the market in Liberia is imported. Mr. Cummings wants us to change that narrative in 6 years. He wants Liberia to be food sufficient. In 6 years, it's the first term. There's a term right there. In the first 6 years of Mr. Cummings' term, if he becomes president, you want Liberia to be food sufficient. Agriculture should get at least 10% of the national budget. So, for instance, when we have $1.2 billion this year, that means 120 million United States dollars supposed to be put in agriculture. This administration gave us $13 million in the first round. Then the second budget that they brought in, they added additional $2 million. So total of 15 million, when it's supposed to be at least 120 million.
Okay. What is the trade-off? Because as you taking money from here, putting it there, you're also depriving, or you're also not allocating, or you are reducing allocation for certain programs. So
here's the trade-off. So here's the trade-off. The trade-off is we will cut waste. Are we to buy vehicle for our lawmaker every 3 years? Does it make any sense economically for the country? The answer is no. Should we give them some kind of incentive so they buy their own vehicle and they service their own vehicle? This is the thing that we're going to reevaluate, because it doesn't make sense that we buy a vehicle for lawmaker, we getting gasoline, we pay for the maintenance, all that different things. What are they giving us in return, Mr. Wright? What are the lawmakers giving the Liberian in return for all of the services that the Liberian government give them? Virtually nothing. So waste will be cut, and then we'll direct that waste to people who are actually doing the work. The civil servants that are doing the work, the healthcare workers that are saving life, the teacher that are imparting knowledge for the next generation. That's how we're going to trade this thing up, because Liberia is not a broke country. Liberia is just mismanaged.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll get in there. That's a good starting point. So now look at this. In everything you just said, which is great. I mean, I like the energy. I like the details you're adding to it. One will wonder, how long is it coming second time running or third time running?
It's going to be a third time.
Third time. Okay. Third time running. Why third time running? Why? I mean, you know the question I want to ask. but I'm trying to be very respectful. So, why has he not gotten through with such a message that you are pushing here tonight?
I think part of it is us. I want to take full responsibility. Part of it is the ANC. It's we, the member of the ANC. We did not do a better job marketing Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings himself did not take the time to introduce himself to the Liberian people the way in which he allowed the opponent to define who he is. And that's why you saw his speech was deliberate, talking about his own upbringing, talking about his own journey, and squaring a parallel to what we have with George Weah, that the ordinary Liberian can have. Look, they have this image of Mr. Cummings that he's a rich man. And you know the idea of having a rich man in a poor neighborhood mean you don't understand my pain. You don't know what I went through. And that's why Bill Clinton told the people back then, say, I feel you. I know your pain, because why? He himself lived in a project. He know what it means to live in a project. And Mr. Cummings is telling the Liberian people, look, I was not born with riches. Don't allow their success here to cloud your mind. I was one of you. My mom also saw in the market. My pa was a teacher. The several men would say educator, but my pa was a teacher. Just like your brother or your sister is today, or just like you are right now with your children, right? And that's the message. So we did not do a better job marketing Mr. Cummings. I want to take full responsibility for that too. I was part of it.
Okay, that's very magnanimous of you. So let's do this then. What are you doing now differently and to sell Mr. Cummings and the message that you're preaching here tonight? What are you doing differently that you think will bear the fruits that you are striving to achieve so far?
We are doing
something. Is the method working?
Yes. Mr. Cummings is now more accessible to the ordinary people.
How so?
Because at first there was too much bureaucracy, too much shield. He was shielded. He could not go in community easy. He could not go to a tire shop to have conversation. He could not go to a small gathering. It has to be a big event. There was too much, barrier. But look at today, Mr. Cummings was able to go to Grand Gillette today. The other day, Mr. Cummings to a tire shop. The other day, Mr. Cummings drove from on Washington, D.C. all the way to Delaware to Street Fry. The guy like do Street Fry, a headquarters in Delaware, right? That meat group in Delaware. Mr. Cummings drove to them instead of them going to Mr. Cummings. He went to them and had a 1 hour 45-minute interview, right? He's more and more accessible, right? We also have a robust communication team that is debunking every myth out there. Before, when they brought about, Mr. Cummings is gay, we allowed that to circulate the air, and we didn't address it. When they said Mr. Cummings fingered the CPB document, we allowed that also to linger for 6 months before that case got thrown out of court.
Did Mr. Cummings not say he struggled with the gay life?
Again, it was a corporate answer. You are now working corporate America, and he was a top corporate executive. And that was his first interview when he moved to Liberia. So he gave a corporate answer, and he told
what is a corporate answer, Mr. Gay?
Yes, it's a corporate answer. Look, Mr. Cummings is not gay. And if I were him, the very first day I would say, I'm not gay. Simple. The answer stopped right there.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up until you did, but you said you guys allow people to define him.
Yes.
And it said he was gay. Did he not say that he struggled with his lifestyle?
No. That's the thing. In that answer, he explained what he meant. But they only took out that soundbite where he said, this is a lifestyle I struggle with, and they kept playing it over and over and over. And brother,
that's not true.
Look, listen now. Here's the thing. I listened to Jackie Tay, may his soul rest in peace. I was one of the ardent supporters of Jackie Tay when he used to be on the air, because I like the way this young man approached politics. You understand? But Mr. Cummings never understood the political terrain and tried to give a corporate answer. Today, you ask Mr. Cummings, are you gay? You think I'm not gay.
Okay. All right. Let's leave it that way. Let's go to the just end the program.
Correct.
Why did the ANC accept the opportunity, the invitation to to allow Mr. Cummings to be the keynote speaker. Why ANC as a party? Why?
I mean, it symbolizes that we are mature as a political party. We don't, have enemies, after elections or whatnot. ANC is a very mature party. We go to any event that respect us, we respect them in return. And CDC, gracefully, extended an invitation celebrating their milestone of 22 years of existence. And we thought it was necessary that Mr. Cummings come, and accept that keynote speaker position and present himself and tell his story. Another thing, Grand Juliet County has not been highlighted politically. And many Grand Juliet who are listening to me right now on the radio will attest to that. Our county has only been taken for granted for votes, but never has it been in the history of Grand Juliet County since post-war Liberia where political actors of major political parties will come together to have an event. It never happened before, So all of those things was very important. Mr. Cummings also from the southeast, and so it was an opportunity. And there was a huge population of Marylander in Zwedju, Kula bypass area. As a young boy, I used to go on multi camper, to play football, and I know Kula bypass as well. I myself too, lived in Zwedju, went to JC Bali, so I have a root, from Zwedju.
Trust me, I live in Kula bypass myself, and my neighbors are girl people. So yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, it was an opportunity for him to come there. Sometimes people miss these things. You can't always say no. And imagine how Mr. Cummings said no to this thing. What it would have been. You see? Just simple invitation. He's getting invited and people, how you be president in this country? Now you accept that. Hey, you got to explain why you have to accept it,
Okay.
So, I mean,
so now you're giving me the upside to it.
This is very good, and the political maturity of our party, the level of democracy, how far we have come as a nation that suffer 14 years of civil unrest. I think it's important that we put our differences aside and for once come together and not on glasses and cheers and celebrate positive things.
Okay, so you talk about the upside, great. Then look at the downside to this.
Okay.
What would you say to those who might say, I think what the ANC did was to box themselves in, because come 2029, if you are not in the coalition with the UP or with the CDC, but you find yourself attending this big program of the 22nd anniversary of CDC. CDC has a ruling party history. And you, by attending that occasion, inherited part of that record. Do you think that's a fair criticism?
That's a very unfair criticism.
How so?
How does an event of a milestone equate us to CDC failure? Like, help me make sense with that. Yeah.
Look,
we went to an event.
I want to give you the time here to really sell your party.
So
but
let me say this to you. Let me say
don't
this.
do that.
No, let me.
Because you cannot take the good and leave the ugly.
But
it doesn't
there is
work
no
that way.
ugly to that. There is no ugly.
Oh, seriously?
No, let's look at the speech.
No. Speech. I'm not talking about the speech.
Okay,
this is why we dealt with the person,
okay,
the candidate himself first. Now we're dealing with the party, ANC. Now I said, why did ANC accept the invitation? This is not about Cummings anymore. It's about your party.
The celebration of the 22nd anniversary of CDC is a political achievement of an opposition political party that elevates democracy in our nation, a country that suffered a 14 years of civil war. Now I can say, democratically speaking, that we are going past it. Do you know many nations have failed after war to maintain democracy in our country? The DRC is one of them.
Mr.
Right?
Kelly.
So
I want to repeat the question.
No, hold on. Let me finish with that. You can come, right? So for us, we want to celebrate a milestone and we want to make a clear statement that regardless of what happened under the CDC, we Liberians should look ahead and see what brings us together as a nation than what divides us. What brings us together is to see a prosperous Liberian. Those young men and women who stood out there in the heat and later on the rain came, guess what? They are Liberian. They are seeking an opportunity to be able to make an income for themselves. And the goal there is to have a opposition unity for our nation to provide opportunity for these young ones. Mr. Cummings doesn't need political money to survive. If he does not participate in politics today or tomorrow, he and his family, they are well off because they work hard to reach this level. He coming
Mr. Gay.
He coming
I think you are taking up time that we already dealt with. We already dealt with Mr. Cummings. They didn't want ANC as a party. So don't tell me he's rating this and that. Let's come back to what we want.
So the party made a count. The party made a count.
No. Let me come back to you.
Okay, go ahead.
You have claimed all the glory, the good things about participating in the 22nd anniversary. You are championing political maturity. Fine, we accept all of that. But can you not say it would be a fair criticism coming from people, say for example, a UPist or other party, members saying, okay, you went there, you were given the stage, the biggest stage. Are you willing to also embrace or accept the record of this party? Because you went there, you embraced, and the embrace was so large. They gave you the center position of the whole show. You became the keynote speaker. Your party was front and center. So you might as well think, if I'm doing this, I am willing to also inherit the record of the party. I'm embracing so much like this.
And what I will say to you to that is, you are telling me that crime is transferable. Because you, my friend, you commit a crime. I don't want to commit a crime too. That's why you telling me. Because let me talk in the brain way, yeah. You might
in our politics. No.
No, hold on now. But
I'll say the one of you come in. They say, tell me who your friend is, and I'll show you. I'll tell you who you are. That's it.
That's a different circumstances.
How so?
Good. Yes, why? Apple and orange are both fruits. And any healthcare practitioner listening to me right now will agree with me that when a person has an acid reflux disease, the doctor will not prescribe an orange juice for that patient, but rather apple juice. Why? Aren't they both fruits? Orange is a fruit. Apple is a fruit. Why wouldn't the medical practitioner prescribe an orange juice for the patient who is suffering from acid reflux disease than an apple juice? Yes, we went to the event. Yes, we accepted their invitation, but we did not commit their crime. So
hold on. You see, anybody listening to you just now will not even know the kind of role you play. You didn't accept the invitation. You accept to become the keynote speaker of the event. Let me tell you what you are doing. You are saying, we applaud your achievements over the last 23 and 22 years. In fact, it is an embrace that you did.
Yes,
you embraced that record.
Listen, again,
that's what you did.
You can cherry pick all you want.
I'm not cherry picking.
No, listen. It is your opinion, and I respect your opinion. But yeah, it's what we shouldn't do with this conversation. We accepted the road for Mr. Cummings to be the keynote speaker that highlighted Mr. Cummings above all other political party that they invited over there. And guess what? We took it and we ran with it.
However, Anthony, if you accept my invitation to be my groomsman, what does that mean?
Okay, so your groomsman is a criminal as you? Is that what you're saying?
No, he trusts my character. He embraced me as a friend.
Yes, but
that's why he said, I will stay in your wedding.
Okay. Let's go down.
You didn't just say, you became the best man in that wedding.
So being a best man doesn't mean your crown will transfer over to me. Let me. I been somebody wedding where I serve as the best man. The person is serving time right now. Why the FBI didn't come for me?
No. Oh my God.
Why the FBI didn't come for me? Because I was the best man in the wedding. Why the FBI didn't come for me?
I'm sorry?
I served in somebody's wedding as a best man, and the person is serving time right now. Why the FBI did not come for me?
Oh no. I think again, right? This is where you're missing
because that's why you're insinuating.
No, I'm saying you have accepted. I didn't say the crime is. I said you have accepted. You have inherited the record. You agree.
Let me say this.
At CDC, that you agree by going to that convention and becoming the keynote speaker. You embrace everything that CDC stands for.
Not necessarily.
Yes, sir.
No.
How can it not be the argument?
Look, let me say this to you. You can put a political spin on it all you want. You can set it to 9 seconds and it runs from now on to 2029. This will not help. You know what would make the difference in Liberia right now?
No.
What would make it different if this administration delivers for the Liberian people? That is the difference. If this administration delivers for the Liberian people, it doesn't matter how many opposition political party comes together, the Liberian people will retain Joseph Yuma Boaka. But if he does not deliver, then this kind of spin will not help you. The only answer to the Liberian people retaining this administration is for this administration to deliver, which I found very difficult for them to do because almost 3 years we got Guineans still sitting in our country.
Okay. So let's come back to ANC. You again, I'm going to hold you. You can try to run and call it spin or whatever you want to call it. What went into take us into the process? Take us the decision making. We know the relationship between the ANC and CDC. It's not that cordial. It's not a friend thing. You guys are not like that. In fact, ANC is an offshoot of CDC.
So let me make it easier for you.
No. You're not making it easier for me. Let me ask my question. Then you get explain. Make it easy.
Okay. All right.
What went into this? Your camera is muted, sir. Anthony, are you there? Oh, you went blank. So if you are listening, here's the reason why I'm asking Anthony this question. And he's putting a political spin on it. It's not a political spin. The question I'm asking Mr. Anthony is that in politics, you got to be willing to take the good and the bad. In this case, Mr. Gates back. Okay.
Can you hear me?
So he wants to. I can hear you clearly. Let me end on this note. I'll come back
to you. Can you
hear me? Mr. Gates. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
no, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
But I'm not hearing you.
Oh, then go and come back in. Anthony, go and come back in.
Can I exit and come back, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So he wants to take the good and leave out the bad. And you can't operate on that level. You know, when you do that, you are not being forthcoming. And you are not enriching the conversation. This can be considered a political marriage. You didn't go to CDC, or say President George, we got birthday party. Or say CDC are having a rally in Zwedru, and your entire ANC try to go there. No. I'm trying to give this brother the context and the magnitude of the program they just spoke at as the keynote speaker. And his things, I'm putting a spin on it. I'm not putting a spin on it. This is real. You went to the 22nd anniversary. This is a milestone. All right? This is milestone A. Not your milestone B, C, or D. This is milestone A. This is 22 years we have been existing. And within this 22 years, we have never left Monrovia, Montserrado, to celebrate our existence. But on this day and at this time, in this place, in this space, we are going to Grand Gila County. So you can see the magnitude. Not only is it 22 years of celebration, but it is the decision to leave Montserrado and go to the southeast and celebrate in Zwedru, Zuluiski. And you took that embrace. You said, I will embrace this occasion just as you have done, CDC. In fact, I'm going to do it on the same level that you are doing it. And CDC ain't not been very good. In fact, since you are embracing us so much at the same level that we are embracing this program, we are going to make you the keynote speaker. We are going to give you the biggest platform your standard bearer I ever had, or the ANC I ever had. We, the CDC, will go in the back. We'll allow you, your standard bearer, Mr. Alexander Cummings, and the ANC to gain the front page news that you guys deserve because of the embrace that you have given us on this program. That is the magnitude. That is the magnitude. And for Mr. Gay to want to turn this around and say, oh, no. You know, I can't be held for CDC sin. I'm not saying you been having a CDC sin. I am just saying if you went there and the man gave you the stage, it means that you have embraced the man. In fact, you embrace him. You can't embrace the good part of him. You also got to embrace the bad part of him. Because when you take something, you take it all. And he is saying, no, that is not the case. Of course that is the case. You went there and you said that I'm here to celebrate with you everything you did in the last 22 years that brought you here today to celebrate in Zwedru City, Grand Gila. It's a magnificent thing. It's great. It's great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, it's clear.
Great. Excellent. So I was just telling the audience that you cannot pick and choose, Mr. Gay. There's no way. And this is not a political spin. If I put a political spin on it, I will tie your senator in it. I'm not putting your senator in it. I'm just looking at you as a party.
Look, let me just say this, Mr. Wright. When the Unity Party lost to the CDC, the Liberian people vehemently rejected the Unity Party in 2017. They were decimated. They were nowhere to be found. It took the very ANC to give them the lifeline that they got today to come back to power. That the same people preaching the same message you're preaching now, talking about, oh, Mr. Gummy, went to the People Party. I thought he said the people didn't do good. CDC lost.
I never heard an argument. That what I just said is my own opinion and my own reading to what happened.
I said it's the same message. I didn't say you are UP. I said it's the same message, right? Fast forward to now, CDC lost by narrow margin, 17,000 vote difference.
A victory is a victory. Doesn't matter. It was one vote.
I am not disputing that a victory is not a victory. I have to state the facts. The reality remains.
No, but that's a false argument you keep making. Oh, the man they lost 17,000 votes. That's what we say. Every vote counts.
When the team is blown out by 7-0 and the team lost by 1-0, what is the difference?
It's victory.
There is something there that shows that the team tried. The game was tied out to the 90th, meaning the score, and the other people won. That's it. Victory. But it doesn't mean that the other team is VC. No, it shows that there's a maturity there.
Hey, Norway won at Cote d'Ivoire 2-1. France just beat Sweden 3.
Yeah. I didn't see the third goal. Who scored the third goal? Because who saw the 2 goals, eh?
I think Bacola. No, Mbappe. Sorry, Mbappe.
Mbappe scored the second goal?
He scored 2, yeah.
No, he scored 18. He tied now with Messi, 18 goals in the World Cup. Okay, good. But yeah, back to the conversation here. Look, I can say this, arrangement came very easily. Our current chairman was the founding chairman of the CDC. Arosha Gu was the founding chairman of the CDC.
Now, why I say you guys in
there is a smooth working relation right now. Any die-hard sedition you bring right now, you ask them if President Weah does not contest the election, who are you voting for? Automatically, they will say, "Commies."
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Call sedition. Open the line right there and call sedition and say, if George Weah does not contest the 2029 election, if coming in the race between Bwaka and Comey, who are you voting for? Let's see the sedition themselves. No, I mean, look, even right now, when we were in opposition to the CDC, most of my friends want to go out. That sedition can hang out with. Most of my friends, that sedition can hang out with. Why? Because we're in the same neighborhood every day. We only disagree on policy. We disagree on political issues. But we are not enemies. So now that we are in the opposition,
I like the trend you're taking with the conversation. Look why.
Now that we are in the opposition, it's not even hard. Look, one thing I can tell you for a fact, you won't find Mr. Comey joining the Unity Party like that easily. Because those people, they are users. You understand? They are users. Mr. Comey can join any other political party in Liberia, not the Unity Party. You understand?
Right.
Sedition can join any other party right now in Liberia, not the Unity Party. Because what the Unity Party stands for is to deceive people. They have a long history of doing that. All the people that stood in the ring and sung for them, they are nowhere close to GMB today. Most of the people that stood in the ring and the likes of the Ham Costa, the Benana Yuri, the Majabate, all the people there. What they are today, right? The AB Commandant, right? They feed they get put the AB Commandant another job again. You understand? So because they know that Cabinet Jana coming to the event, they say that I put AB Commandant quick. Because if we don't do it, we're losing, right? So UP has a history. Even right now within the Unity Party, that many others will not enjoy.
I see you wanna. I told we're going to stay on the course.
Okay, let's forget about them. I can talk about us.
Because this is supposed to be about you now.
Okay,
you just came out of the big anniversary program.
Let's forget about them. Hey, I'm happy that you wanted to talk about us. So the ANC is it's a moderate party. It's a party for all Liberians. Even our motto and our slogan within the parties: Liberians deserve a better Liberia. All Liberians deserve a better Liberia, right? All Liberians, regardless of your religious background, your ethnicity. You will hear Mr. Comey always say, you don't choose your parent. You don't choose the religion you were born in. And these things should not give you any advantage or disadvantage. Not because I'm a crown man, so I should be at a disadvantage. Or not because I'm a crown man, so I should have an advantage over you. No. We all should have equal opportunity. The only difference is if you have a discipline in a particular field and I don't have it, you should be given a chance. Because I don't have that discipline. I'm not a medical person. If you put me in the medical field, if I don't work in the IT sector of the medical field, I cannot be a clinician. I am not. I'll be lying. I don't know nothing about clinical stuff. I'll be lying. So that's what we preach in the ANC, that every Liberian deserves a better Liberia.
Okay, that's good. Every Liberian deserves a better Liberia. To say, I'm very excited that you are making a case here tonight because I don't know what ANC stands for. I don't know ANC politics. It was never told to me. The only thing I know about ANC, it was established by Mr. Kwame Clement.
Yep.
And then the guy named just called Orisha Gu and other people, joined. That's what I know. And then Mr. Comey came along. I know not the politics of ANC. I don't know what ANC stands for. ANC have not gone out of their way to sell their politics, what they stand for, what they will do, how do they differentiate from other political party in Liberia. All we see, if it's not one of the people around Mr. Comey criticizing or tweet, posting or tweeting, whatever you want to call it, on Facebook, there's nothing else to talk about ANC, you know. And then the rest there is in Mr. Cummings being criticized. So let's take the moment. And I really want to take the time, you know, because I'm tired with the unity party, CDC politics, you know.
So let me get my charger before my phone dies.
oh, yes. Charge up. Yes, charge up. Because we got to start looking at other parties. And it's important because we got to enrich the politics of Liberia. And the way we do that is to bring in new players with different idea, with new thinking, different approach, and who see things differently. So this is where we're going to go, Mr. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm here.
Seat.
All right, I got my device
I want people listening out there to think, put yourself in a position as a party in waiting. I'm sorry, a government in waiting. A government in waiting. What the Sagba out there listening tonight, or the Flomo out there listening tonight, or the Fambule guy who always call for some, you know, listen and join the show for some time in Magibi. He listening tonight. He wants to know what makes ANC a viable government waiting.
Yeah, so great question, and thanks for that question, and thanks for the opportunity.
Contrast with CDC and Unity Party, but don't go to the.
No, so here is the difference. The difference of the ANC party, we are not coming to leadership, or we're not seeking the leadership to come try things. We are coming to leadership, and we are seeking leadership because we have what it takes to deliver Liberia.
Okay, no. I think let me hold you right there. Just by saying that, invoke a question. Yeah. You're not coming to leadership to try things.
Yeah.
But you never been there.
So yeah, it's what I want to say.
Justin Barrett never been a president. Nobody in ANC has ever been a president.
Great. Mr. Wright, leadership remains constant. It doesn't matter where you find yourself, whether in the private sector or in the public sector. Leadership, true leadership remains constant. The difference is one is serving the public and the other is serving a clientele, right? On a business model. But both of you have one thing and one thing only, service delivery, right? Government is complicated, but when you have common sense and you are a good leader, you can navigate the nuances and deliver for your people. It won't take you or take a rocket scientist to figure out that giving lawmaker $45,000 every 3 years for a country like Liberia doesn't make financial sense. It does not make any financial sense. You don't have to be a person who have worked in government to understand that.
Okay.
It will now be a hard work to know that the classroom teacher should be paid a decent living wage in order for him or her to prepare the next leaders of tomorrow. It won't take a rocket scientist to understand that the police officer who provides security and protecting life and property of the nation should be given a decent wage than what they are receiving now.
Okay.
You don't have to work in government to know that. The presence of a police officer before you should tell you that this is a police officer of the state, not some regular guy in the street. You can see our current police, when the appearance alone, you can see the hunger in their face. That uniform is fake. They don't even have the proper logistics to get their job done, things of that nature. But we're buying $45,000 vehicle for lawmaker every 3 years. When you go to the Ministry of Gender, they tell you, say, oh, no ink in a machine. You have a dispute in the community, you go to the police depot, then they take pen and paper to write on piece of paper. That should not it does not require a rocket scientist to understand that something wrong with the system. When government payment cannot be tracked, when we are not using mobile money to track government payment.
Okay, but okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Yes.
Because now we got to understand how we tie all of the policy that you was talking about to whether or not you can actually put them in place when you are given the chance to lead.
Yes.
What is ANC base? Describe ANC base for me.
So ANC base is the young Liberian, 3 category ANC have. And in the 3 elections we have had, the kind of people Mr. Cummings have attracted, right? College educated, middle class women, even though there is no such thing as a middle class in Liberia, but market women, everyday household women, students, young stuff are mostly gravitated. Even in Maserado, the over 100,000 votes that Mr. Cummings received in Maserado came from those demographics. Right?
Okay.
Our challenge that we have had in the past, we did not do well in the rural part of Liberia. And so our work now is to connect with rural Liberia. We did well in Maserado, in Mangibi, in Bomi, some part of Bon County, and things of that nature. We did not do well in rural Liberia. I'm giving you breakout.
No, right? I mean, I like it because this is the only way you will know how to, to approach.
And part of the reason why Mr. Cummings took the opportunity to come to Grand Juliet County is to convey a message so that the ordinary rural community understand that this man who they portray as this man who never went through struggle, him too went through struggle. In the coming days, Mr. Cummings will have a one-on-one with communities where they will hear his college side, how he had to live on noodles, to go through school, work, on the university campus to get, some of the food to be purchased through the income that you make on the university campus as a student employee, right? Those kind of things. And this is the life that we all can relate to as college students in America. Noodles, right? You know how valuable noodles is to a college student in America, right? So not every college student have the money for their parents to stack up their pantry and stuff of that nature. Many students live on noodles, so many Liberians can get to understand that. Another thing that we did not do well in the past, and I spoke to that earlier, was to make Mr. Cummings available to the ordinary people. Many people are supposed to see Mr. Cummings, but they shielded Mr. Cummings, right? Places that Mr. Cummings had, and we ourselves did not go out there. When Mr. Cummings is not at the radio station, the ANC message start. When Mr. Cummings is not at the event, the ANC message start. Today, Mr. Cummings is not on this radio station. I'm here communicating the message. That is the difference. On other platforms, there are several different radio stations that carries the message of Mr. Cummings today more than we did in the past. So we ourselves, including myself, did not do a better job to market Mr. Cummings, right? And so we also understand that politics is local. It's local. It's local. The ordinary Mama Sarah and Ma Iwa, like my mother, they're not politicians, but they want to know what in there for them if they cast their ballot. They have one vote. But how will Mr. Cummings reach out to my mother, reach out to the next person's mother, reach out to the pregnant woman who tonight have some food, but it's not guaranteed that the rest of the week she will have food, right? That young lady who just gave birth, who people look down upon and say, you get your bonnet children, you can't even go to school. How will she have an opportunity to go to a nice school and become somebody tomorrow? If she want to become a centrist, if she want to become, somebody who can, do catering and baking, do makeup and stuff like that, or to become a hairdresser, right? Or even say, you know what, I want to go back to school and finish the high school diploma here.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Gay, you're doing a great job tonight, and I appreciate you being on the show. But let's take a little bit of a look at your possible coalition, your possible partner. You said something that caught my attention. I do think differently. I'm not sold on what you said, and so let me engage you on that. You said if we open the line tonight, and say, Mr. We are embrace Mr. Cummings, Sidisha will call in and that we embrace the idea. Literally, you're seeing if Mr. Well was a step aside, Sidisha will be glad to have Mr. Cummings fill that seat. Why would it do so?
Many Sidisha see Mr. Cummings as a decent man and see him as their second choice. If President Weah decide not to contest the 2029 presidential election, I can guarantee you more than 50%, not all of CDC, but more than 50% of CDC will cast the ballot in favor of Mr. Cummings, other than President Bouaka.
Let's test the hypothesis. Let's test that. In the going past election, there were many citizens, including myself, that I didn't cast my vote, but I supported the rescue train. Why we didn't go? I'm putting myself in there. Why we didn't go to the ANC and Cummings?
At that time, it was a different scenario because Weah was in the race and Weah already had a big chunk of the vote, and many saw Mr. Bouaka as a favorite to win because most Liberians would not want to win.
If we should follow what you're telling us, then that means those votes, people like myself saying, hold on. Rescue train, you're there, I see you, but I think I see a much viable candidate here in Mr. Cummings. Why that decision was not made?
Again, most voters, not all voters, most voters are bandwagoners. They don't want that vote to be on the losing side. People like you who think outside of the box, who don't care whether your vote is the only vote for that candidate, as long as you believe and have that conviction in your heart that candidate you want, you will vote for that candidate. Most voters in Liberia are bandwagoners. Right now, if more and more people start endorsing Mr. Cummings, the rest of the other political parties, even including lawmakers, will switch to come. Typical example, 2017, most people are crossing over to the CDC. 2023, more people are crossing over to Bouaka because they saw the pathway and they start crossing over. Many of these people.
Yeah, but these people, you see, when you do that, you simplify it too much, and you're not doing justice to.
It's what I want to tell you tonight.
Yeah.
The question here is not Bouaka. The question here is George Weah is not in the race.
You never heard me say the name Bouaka. Never.
Okay.
I'm staying with ANC.
Yeah. If George Weah is not in the race 2029, I can surely guarantee over 50% of Sidisha will not cast the ballot for President Bouaka.
And it comes back to the same question again, Mr. Gay. It comes back to the same question. Why are you so sure when we have had the same situation?
Because we did the survey.
Huh?
We did the survey.
You did the survey.
Yeah.
And what is influencing our decision now?
Their first choice is Weah.
What is influencing the possible move towards Mr. Cummings and ANC if Mr. Weah don't run?
They see Mr. Cummings as a better choice over President Bouaka. That's all. That's why it's influencing.
How so? You see, you're simplifying it too much.
I'm telling you because when we did, this is not the first time we did this survey. We have done that particular survey more than 4 times now, and it's very consistent. Some survey fluctuates. This particular survey is very consistent. Majority of the supporter of CDC, you see the kind of welcome they gave Mr. Cummings?
I understand that, but Mr. Gay, you got to tell me more than that. You got to put some meat on the bone.
Another thing.
They will support Mr. Cummings because the team Mr. Cummings is able to execute X, Y, and Z. Mr. Cummings has the guts to be able to fight the proliferation of drugs in the country. Mr. Cummings will be able to do exactly what you explained in the past. You'll be able to put teachers on the front burner. You'll be able to put the police on the front burner. You can't just say we got to see into that.
But I've said all of those things.
I cannot. No, but if I ask a question, somebody listening.
All right, let me say that one more time. They trust Mr.
Now I'm leaving you now.
That he would deliver for the country. They trust him that he will deliver for the country. He will fight corruption. He will hold people accountable. Mr. Cummings go to every event and remain constant. The message of Mr. Cummings have not changed. Mr. Cummings always put Liberia first. Mr. Cummings accepted to go to CDC event because he recognized CDC have had a milestone. Mr. Cummings would deliver for Liberia when it comes to the presidency. CDC knows that. Many Liberians, even those within the Unity Party, knows that very well. And that's one of the reasons why whenever Mr. Cummings posts anything or says anything, it becomes a national discussion. Yes, they say, oh, he got 1%. But that 1%, every time he moves, the country moves. That tells you about something about him.
Okay, you see, you keep bringing in the negative thing. I never talk about 1%. I never talk about the gay lifestyle.
Out there.
I never talk, but I want to keep it positive. But you keep pulling this conversation in the negative direction.
It's what this next set we got. It's what we got. That's it.
Okay. In the last 3 minutes we have, and you can close on this. Give me your path to victory. Plain and simple. Tell the Liberian people, or tell me the onlooker right now, how are you going to get elected? What's your path to victory?
Our path to victory is very simple.
It cannot be simple. Don't do that.
Allow me to explain the simplicity here.
Okay.
Our path to victory is these key things. Be visible, explain our message to the Liberian people that they understand Mr. Cummings. Don't allow the opponent to define Mr. Cummings. Let Mr. Cummings define himself, like he started with this speech at the CDC event, on other interview that he have had. Tell his story to the Liberian people. Be accessible, be visible, and be consistent on the message. The campaign has started now. We cannot wait for 2028, 2029 to campaign. The campaign has started. We will make a lot of what we're gonna do is to be visible, is to be in the community, is to talk to that neighbor, talk to that market woman, talk to that regular, a school board, talk to the youthful population, tell them how voting Mr. Cummings will change the living condition to the police officer, to that teacher in the classroom, to that healthcare worker that is saving life, to that doctor that is performing surgery and unpaid, to every civil servant in the country, to the over 4,000 volunteer teachers that are not on payroll, to tell them this story. Why should you be in the classroom for over 4 or 5 years and you're not on payroll? And now they are telling that, oh, someone is not qualified. Okay, if you know you're not qualified, why you have it in the classroom? So pick those ones that qualify and put them on payroll. So that is the message we're going to take across the nation, and so that Liberians understand that our country is not cursed. Our country lacks leadership. Liberia is not a poor country. Liberia is blessed with a lot of natural resources. We cannot extend accelerators due when they already have 5 years left on our contract for peanuts. We should know the value of our natural resources. We can just sell it to the people. That is the message. This message will resonate with the Liberian people because our people are tired of suffering. Guess what? Not everybody want to work for government. But the government create an atmosphere that lure in foreign direct investment. If you put a sawmill, and we used to have one in PTP in Grand Gila County, it will create more jobs. We don't need to order furniture from China to come to Zwaju. We got the logs. We got the forest. If you invest in farming and grow rice in Grand Gila County, the people in Grand Gila County don't have to buy bag of rice from Monrovia. Somebody will make the argument and say, our people like the American parboiled rice. Hello, the American parboiled rice can be grown in the swamp in Liberia. Do we have swamp all across the 15 counties in Liberia? The answer is yes. Why are we not growing the swamp rice that our people like? Because the government don't want to empower the citizenry. They want the citizen to be a beggar. Mr. Cummings said, no, we can change this narrative. We can invest in our own people, and our people can be successful at it. We got to put our nation first, put our people first, and give them the tools. You and I were given an opportunity in this country that many Liberians don't have in Liberia. That is, the white man trusted you and I to train us, to empower us. Yes, we went to school, we have degree, but guess what? When you get to the job, they have to acclimate you. They have to train you to the level. And today you are comfortable, you are working with the tools were given to you. We can give the same tools to our people in Liberia. We don't have to always bring foreigners. Today, the Liberian economy is controlled by foreigners. We need to change that narrative. And Mr. Cummings is prepared to do that.
Already, that's good. So my last question to you, and we can make it jiffy. Let's do it region by region. You're giving a message. You're put at the battle cry. You're giving the approach. Let's look at the outcome. If you were to go to, let's start with the Southeast. He's from the Southeast. What's the percentage of the number of votes you think he will get in the Southeast? Just I mean, nothing scientific. Just based on the work that you telling me that you guys are doing now. What would be the percentage of the work from the votes that you guys will get there?
So instead of, I'm not going to get into the hypothetical, but yes, one thing I'll tell you: the very Bible that will
you have to.
But I'll not be giving an exact number because
but you don't have to be exact.
We have to do the work, and the work will pay off. One thing
absolutely.
I can say, by 2028.
I asked you earlier why you think the message is resonating, and you went on the diatribe, and I'm saying
yes. So
based
yes,
on your new approach now.
Our goal here is to reach 2 million plus Liberians from now on to 2028. If we can reach 2 million Liberian plus and convince 2 million Liberian plus, young voters, first-time voters, existing voters, you name it, this here will transcend across the country. Because here is the thing. The Bible says faith without action is dead. And faith without work is dead, right? So we can talk all the glamorous things. That man, that young boy, that old lady, that young girl, right now, they want to know how will job count to that county. Everybody can live in Montserrat County. Everybody can live in Monrovia. How will job be in Grand Gila County? How will job be in Sano County, Maryland, Grand Crew, River G? It's by having the influence that you can lure in foreign direct investment to these various counties that can create jobs. One aspect is sawmill. Another aspect, investment in agriculture. Another aspect, tourism. Okay. The Sano National Park, you don't have to put 5-star hotel there. The Maryland beaches, you don't have to have 5-star hotel and resort. The Blue Lake, you don't have to have 5-star hotel. The Rawsport. There is something called ecotourism. Liberia has the ecotourism sector. We can explore that area that can create a lot of jobs. And it does not require billions and billions of dollars. It just requires common sense and innovation. That's why it requires.
Let end on this. I said that was a lot question, but Sonny hit my mind.
You keep bringing lot question in.
I know. I keep bringing lot question. That means I'm enjoying the conversation. Let end on this. This one, we're gonna end on this one. Like I said, I think you got a bump. I think the Cummings image, the ANC got a bump out of what happened in Israel. I don't care what anybody said. That's the way I feel. I think you got a prestige bump, and you're doing a good job, taking that victory ride. And I think if you continue on that path, something will suffice. Now, I have one maybe somebody I'm trying to trick you out of to end on a kind of side note, but it's not a side note. And if you don't want to answer it, that's fine. We can leave it and move on and close. Do you think it was wrong for the I'm trying to pin it on, but I will not do that. But do you think Twelve was wrong for he to have come to Grand Judah County in the home of one of his late, one of his chairmen that had just passed, Mr. Salo, George Salo, and criticize him in front of his people in Zwedru at such a gathering? I learned way back in my life that you do not criticize the dead because they are not there to defend themselves. So I'm asking you can choose not to answer it. But do you think Mr. Twist stepped out of line when he did that?
I think 12 got carried away when he was speaking. I don't think he planned to say what he said the way in which he said it. But he was trying to draw a contrast of the different style of the political spectrum as to what CDC, what adjustment they were making at the time. But it was not the perfect event to have said what he said, given the fact that we had just lost a brother, the family are still grieving. And I also did not see, maybe it was an oversight, but I did not hear about a moment of silence of George Solo. I don't know if that was captured during the event. If they didn't do it, that's an oversight. They need to do a better job. I think that was the only part to me that I saw. And I think if I were in his shoes, I would have taken a moment of silence, just that 1 minute, to honor George Soto for the enormous work he did for CDC. And especially how fresh these circumstances is. Family are still grieving. I think it was unfortunate the way he spoke. Sometimes when you're talking, and I don't think you were reading from the speech, he kind of freestyle. Sometimes that's why you found, some people will always jot down points because they want to stay on course. Or you will see people reading from the teleprompter in the serial words because they want to make sure they stick to the script so they don't go outside topic. I think for me, that's my opinion. It could have been done a different way, but overall the event was a great event. But I just think in retrospect, George Soto should have been referenced and a moment of silence should have been offered for him. And I want to say, again, my condolences to the family. He was a brilliant young man. The way in which we lost him, unfortunately, in mid-air on the flight where there was no help. I just think that was not a good example. Even if he wanted to, he was giving the party history, but I think he should have omitted that part. You could have said, we have so many other different leaders and blah, blah, blah. But to name him by name on stage in that form and manner, yes, they could have done a better job. That's how I'm going to put it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, Veteran Smith, your lip. We're already close out. I'll give you a closing remarks. See you back at tomorrow. It's 8:09. You've been gone for so long, Mr.
But he did wear, and he did the party where our monitoring. So we need more of the social engagement, not only you, but other people from your party to come and be under the crossfire.
I want to tell him to make this place your home. Come here. I'm glad you identified the approach. Y'all got to come out and y'all got to be there. Y'all got to be present. Okay? Y'all can come here today and tomorrow you don't show up. They'll come out in 3 weeks. They forget the message. See this? We can get
I'll be here for the rest of the week. I'll be here. Today I have something to be done, but I noticed that it was important for me to come on the show. I came on.
It pays off. I thought you were excellent today, my brother. Thank you so much. It was a great time having you. Gentlemen, I'll see you tomorrow. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Wright, and thank you, the veteran.
All right.
Thank you.
TOP FM